Dear students, today I am going to discuss about the Protista. So, Protista, this kingdom was proposed by Ernst Haeckel in 1866, and it includes all the unicellular eukaryotic organisms. Means it includes nucleoids, diatom, slime molds, dinoflagellates and protozoans. So, now the general characteristics of the Protista. Means if we talk about the habitat, they are mostly aquatic and they are also found on the body of other organisms, means they are also found as a parasite. If we talk about the nutrition, various type of nutrition is found in Protista, just like we can say mixotropic, that is found in Euglena, then saprotropic also, just like the slime molds, and they are photosynthetic, that is autotropic mode of nutrition is also there, and some also act as a parasite. Holozoic type of nutrition is also there, and symbiotic type of nutrition is also found in it. If we talk about the reproduction, they reproduce both by sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. And they respire also through aerobically or anaerobically. And three important or major groups of Protista are Protistan algae, slime molds and protozoans. Actually, Protistan algae that are photosynthetic, means their mode of nutrition is autotrophic. They are of different types: chrysophytes, dinoflagellates and euglenoids. Slime molds, these are actually the decomposers. And protozoans, these are consumers. Rhizophytes. Now, diatoms. Diatom, di means two. Atom means they are found as two structures. Means they two parts are there which are pretty close to each other. Means they act as a soap case. As soap case are having two couplings, upper and lower. Upper is known as epitheca. Theca means a layer. Epi means upper. And hypotheca means lower layer. So they are present as the soap case. Two part. That is why we call it as a diatoms. If we talk about their habitats, they are mostly aquatic and they are also found in moist terrestrial or moist land. Second thing, they are present in the water bodies or water reservoirs as a heap or pile. So these are also known as diatomaceous algae. These are the chief producers in water bodies. They are microscopic, means we cannot see them with the naked eyes, and having variable shape. Their shapes vary. They may be triangular, they may be circular, they may be spindle, they may be semicircular. Means they are having variable shapes. Now, balls of diatoms, actually it is made up of this ball. These are made up of silica, which is, we can say, silica help in cleaning. So these are used in toothpaste and some other items also. Now, they possess flagella only reproductive state. That means flagella is what? Valve-like structure help in movement. So diatoms, these are not having flagella in other stages, only reproductive stage, they are having flagella for the movement. Then only reproduction is possible. They are having chlorophyll A and C. Children, chlorophyll are of various type A, B, C, D, E. But here chlorophyll A and C is only present. Chlorophyll A is very important because it is a reaction center of photosynthesis. All the organisms which undergo photosynthesis, they must have chlorophyll A to start the photosynthesis reaction. So they are having A and C, and along with that, fucoxanthin is also present. It is also a pigment helping photosynthesis. That is why they are photosynthetic. Their mutation is autotrophic. Now, reproduction, if we talk about, they mostly reproduce through asexual reproduction, and in asexual reproduction they reproduce through binary fission. We know binary means whenever a single organism breaks into two daughter cells, that is known as binary fission. And if we talk about sexual reproduction, that is also present in the diatoms, that is a part of chrysophytes actually. So they are having sexual reproduction also varies from isogamy to oogamy. Now just understand what is the meaning of it. Isogamy means whenever two gametes are similar, male and female gametes are similar in appearance, morphologically also, genetically also, and N-isogamy is also there. N-isogamy means when they are not similar, they are different in their morphological characters. And oogamy means whenever female gamete is large and non-motile, which cannot move, but male gamete is small and having movement. So oogamous type of reproduction is also found in the human beings. So their sexual reproduction may vary from isogamy to oogamy, and they reproduce through binary fission. Means through asexual reproduction they only reproduce through binary fission. And one more important thing, children, they are found in various colors also. So they are the colored one. They also add color to the water bodies. Example, Navicula cymbala. These are all the example of diatoms. Now dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates means the organisms which are having two flagella. Di means two. Flagellates means which are having two flagella. Actually that flagella is also different type. Means these are known as heterocon. That means one arises transversely and one arises vertically. Means one arises transverse. This is a transverse. If vertically, one arises from here. So they are of different position. That is why we can call it as a dinoflagellates having two flagella. Now, so their characteristics. Generally, protistans, if we talk about altogether, they are mostly aquatic. So similarly here, they are mostly marine, means found in sea water and photosynthetic organisms. Because they are also having pigment, so they undergo photosynthetic process. That means obviously nutrition is autotrophic only. They appear of various colors because they are having various pigments. They may be yellow, they may be green, they may be brown, they may be blue, or they will be red also. That is why Gonilox and Gymnodium, actually these are two dinoflagellates which grow in large number in sea and make its water red. So sometimes red tides also we can see. Now cell wall, if it is present, it is made up of cellulose. Cellulose is a complex carbohydrate, and some of the organisms and some of, or we can say some of the dinoflagellates also show bioluminescence. Bioluminescence means they emit light. So these are the two examples which emit light. That is Noctiluca and Pyrocystis. Noctiluca and Pyrocystis, they undergo bioluminescence, means they emit light. Now, two flagella we already discussed that they are having two flagella, that is known as heterocon. Means one flagellum we can say arises transversely and one vertically vertically. Now, their chromosome do not have histones. Histone is a protein which is present in DNA. So, they are not having histones and RNA. Both are absent in the chromosomes. And if we talk about the reproduction, nutrition I have not written because we know these are photosynthetic. Reproduction, they reproduces asexually through cell division or by the formation of the cyst, that is a hard covering actually in unfavorable condition. But in favorable condition, that hard covering breaks and they grow into new individual. And by formation of juice spores also. Juice spores, these are the motile spores. So they may also reproduce through juice spores. Example, Gymnodium and Serratium. And children, ribosome we talk about, protestin actually 80S type of ribosomes are there. Means we can say in eukaryotic 80S and in prokaryotic we can say 70S is found. So in prokaryote 70S type of ribosomes are there. And we know that protista that are eukaryote, unicellular eukaryotes. Eukaryotes means which are having well-defined nucleus. So they are having 80S type of ribosomes which are formed by combination of two units, that is 60 and 40. And in prokaryote 70S type of ribosome is there which is formed by 30 plus 50. That we will discuss in detail afterwards. Now, euglenoids. Euglenoids are generally found in fresh water. Fresh water means the water bodies like lake, pond and river we can say. And euglenoids, they are also photosynthetic, but the main thing is that they appear as both animal-like also and plant-like also. Means they are having mixotropic type of nutrition. Now, because they are photosynthetic, it means autotropic during daytime, but night time they are heterotropic also. They are having a proteinous rich layer called pellicle. So that pellicle is having presence of pellicle means it is a characteristic of animal. So we can say it has dual characteristics, means behave as animal also, behave as plant also. So one by one we are going to discuss about its different characteristics. First is found in fresh water and damp soil also. They are unicellular flagellate protostans, means they are having flagella for the movement. Possess two flagella, they are having two flagella. Then they show creeping movement. Actually, what is the meaning of this creeping movement? Means their body show expansion and contraction both. And contraction. And their body is covered by the proteinous rich layer that is known as pellicle. And their mouth is present. It's not mouth, it is mouth. Their mouth is present at the anterior end. And they show mixotropic type of nutrition. As I told you, during the presence of sunlight, it is autotropic, but absence of sunlight, it is heterotropic. Now, although it is photosynthetic, so it is having chlorophyll. That is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is present. And we know that chlorophyll A is most important, the reaction center of photosynthesis. Now, if we talk about the reproduction, they reproduce by binary fission, which begins with the division of flagella in favorable condition. So example, that is Euglena facus. And one more important thing that I forgot to tell you, that they are having two flagella. One is long and other one is short. having reserve food material also in the form of carbohydrate. So reserve food material, if you wish to write, you can write in a 9 point. Reserve food material in the form of carbohydrate. So reserve food material in the form of carbohydrates. So students, we will discuss about slime molds and protozoans in the next video.